You're listening to Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant. All right, it's been a while, but we're back to your regular scheduled programming. Welcome to Truly Unruly with Marcus and Jessica Trufant. I am your host. My name is Kel. Trufants, how you doing, guys?
What's good? What's good with it?
We're doing good, I think. How are you, Kel?
Doing all right. It was great to see you guys. Like, was that like a week ago? You guys were down here in Vegas, and we got to hang out for a bit.
Yeah, it was good. Good little getaway.
Well, today, guys, I thought that we bring it back to what we've been doing, and we got an email. We've gotten quite a few since we've been away the last couple of weeks because we're adults and we got shit to do. But I got a good one here. Are you guys ready?
We are ready.
I don't know.
All right, this is from a dude, and I feel kind of bad for homie. So here we go. He goes, I think my fiance is attracted to our neighbor.
Okay.
Now,
and
a few months ago, she went for a walk, and apparently right before getting to their apartment, she met the neighbor. She randomly goes into this ramble about how attractive he is. I tried mid-sentence to let her know that she should rethink what she was saying, and she rambles on, I guess, for about 10 minutes. She saw, I guess, how much it affected him, and she realized what she did, so she apologized all night, saying that she only said that just to mess with him and tease him, right? But he doesn't believe her because she even told him that she told her sister how attractive this dude was. But he decided to just forget about it and move on. Now, fast forward a few days ago, he said now about a month and a half has passed, but fast forward a few days ago, and he sees the guy that's the neighbor who they freaking share a wall with has opened a new Instagram, and she is one of the first people to follow him. He said this obviously wouldn't affect him if she didn't already plant the seed in his head. Now all he can think about is how she wants attention from this guy by being one of his first followers, basically before his close family and his friends.
How does he know, though?
He goes, keep in mind, we're neighbors. She mentioned that they never talk, quote unquote. He goes, he wants to approach her to discuss this, but he's afraid that he won't be able to move on from whatever her excuse is. What should he do? Is he being too paranoid? Guys, help.
Yeah, he's being his fiance, they're not married?
Yeah, they're not married. His fiance.
He's being very paranoid and kind of acting, it seems like he's a bit insecure because going back to what you first said, I absolutely believe she was fucking with him, right? And embellishing probably their encounter, right? If she went on for 10 minutes, you're doing that on purpose. You're not doing that just, because, and she told her sister. She probably did tell her sister. So what? Being his follower, one of the first ones, well, how does he know who his family and friends are before his family and friends, number one? And number two, again, so what? I don't know. Shit. That's what I think. Calm down. You're still getting married to her. She might have a slight crush on her neighbor. As long as she doesn't pursue it, you're all good. You're fine.
No. So my thing is I'm going to start with the double standard, right? If a dude or if this man was to do this and the roles were reversed, all hell would break loose. This dude is a shitty guy and you shouldn't be looking at other women and you got your wife right here and all this other stuff, right? So it's just another clear-cut case of unfair double standard. Women can get away with it just because they're not classified as the dogs and the cheaters and all this other stuff. It's just fun and games, and it was just friendly. I was joking with you, and I'm going to go tell my sister and all my girlfriends and all that kind of stuff, which, to be honest, there's everybody has eyes, right? Everybody has ears. If somebody's attractive, that's fine, right? But I don't know. She may have just went overboard and did a little too much for the guy, and that could make the situation uncomfortable. So What should he do? I'm not sure. It sounds like he's already voiced his opinion of how uncomfortable he is. So now it's on her to fix it and to clean it up.
He did voice it, Kel.
He should voice it.
He wanted to confront her or something like that. And if you really feel that way and you go to her, personally, I would be like, oh my God, you're such a bitch.
And it just depends.
Calm down.
It just depends on.
I do not want the neighbor.
What type of relationship. And women say that though. And guys, they believe it, but sometimes they do want the neighbor.
All right.
Or they want the attention. They might not want to go all the way, but women could be, get a rise off for just the attention, being the first follower, or if you wave and it's the reverse Miss Parker thing, right? You remember Smokey and them, they walk by, they wave at Miss Parker. She could be doing that to this young man. I don't know if he got his shirt off. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying?
Excuse me, real quick. Did anyone ever notice that Miss Parker is actually watering dirt?
That is pretty funny.
No one ever noticed that in Friday. Like, that's like one of the Easter eggs in Friday is like, oh shit, no one notices that Miss Parker is actually watering dirt. It's
no grass, no plants.
How many times of watching Friday did it take you to figure that out? Because I'm sure most people are not concentrating on what she's watering the first, second, third, fourth, 10th time. That is funny.
Wow. I'm going to have to go back and look at that.
But you know, I don't know. If I find somebody attractive, I'm not personally going to rant about it for 10 minutes straight and try and make him uncomfortable because
some people got relationships like that though. They see somebody that walks by that got a big ass, or they see a guy. That doesn't make sense. You're gonna do it if you're mad? Yeah,
just to be an asshole.
That doesn't make sense. And then it's tit for tat. And then what am I supposed to do as retaliation if I get mad?
You're just supposed to take it.
Right. Because you're a dog and you're a cheater if you look at other women. But women can do it. Like I'm saying, that's weird. That's the moral of this story, is that it shouldn't be so one-sided. What are you looking at?
The dog. I mean, it shouldn't be that way, but it is that way.
And then you're a bitch if you say something to your girl because you went a little too far by talking about the neighbor.
And like, she's like just talking about it. You guys are getting stiff ones in your pants.
How do you know?
And
how do you know? She's just talking about it. And that's what the confusion is.
I'm just saying.
She's just talking about it, not that big of a deal. And then you come home.
You're not
early from work one day,
like getting,
and she's over at the neighbor's house. It doesn't have to be about her panties getting moist. She's getting.
And the neighbor,
the
what's
mental
the context
stimulation
behind the
from
neighbor? Is he married? Does he have
There
kids?
is no context. There doesn't need to be any context.
You know, maybe she's just admiring. I don't know.
From a distance on Instagram.
Right. From a distance across the street and on Instagram.
It should be trust there, though, from the guy. It should be trust on the other side from the woman as far as the respect. You shouldn't be all in another dude's ass crack like that. You shouldn't be
fucking another dude.
But maybe you do, though. And like I said, maybe that's the type of relationship they have to where they can voice those type.
Obviously not if he's uncomfortable.
But maybe she thought that it was that way or something like that. And
then she's got to learn.
And he could be just in his feelings, exactly like
right,
exactly like you said. But
he's gonna go, okay, babe, we need to talk. So you know that neighbor that you said you were attracted to.
Let's just call him
really
Jerome.
Uncomfortable. And why did you become Jerome's Instagram friend? Do you like him? Do you? And I would be like, I am so uncomfortable with this conversation.
Just save it.
You are such a baby.
Save it for when you need it. That's what I tell them. That's my advice. You don't need it. It's not that big of a deal. And you're never going to really figure it out because women are going to be a bit conniving, a bit sneaky. Not all women.
That's weird to say.
Don't women. I've said this plenty of times on the show.
She's being honest about it. If anything happens,
she said it
first. No. She was like, "Hey, I told you."
She's not being honest really about it, Kel, because she's saying that it's not a big deal and I don't even. He's handsome, but it's not a big deal. She's lying. So, yeah, she's lying. So,
well, if she chooses differently, then they were meant to be.
Fair.
Why are we even gentleman there?
I don't know.
I think this might be very superficial, and maybe it's not that deep. And
this gentleman is asking for help, so I think it's deeper than maybe what we think, right? So obviously, it's affected him. I know we haven't got her take on it, but I got to ride for my guy.
Well, I would say something to her. That's all you can do is communicate your discomfort with the situation and see how she reacts. Does she unfriend him on Instagram for like? They're not even friends. That's like, we were talking about guys and girls. They can't have any extra friends. They're not even friends. I don't think.
You know what, Kel?
Who knows? She probably talks to him on the sly as soon as her dude is gone.
And you said you feel bad for this young man. I feel bad for this gentleman too.
She is out in the yard in Seattle in the rain, watering her grass.
There's some things that you can't take back. Oh yeah, I was just joking. I was just laughing. Them was jokes, and
well, if you trust your girl,
maybe
you'd be like, all right, don't joke like that anymore. And it should be like, okay.
Maybe they got some underlying issues.
Maybe they do. Oh, Well, again.
What's interesting is because I remember not too long ago on this podcast, we had an entire episode on social media and guys and girls liking each other's pictures.
Yeah.
And I remember a specific point. Hell, it might have even been a clip I think that we put on our Instagram page that you could check out at @trulyunruly_podcast on Instagram, where Jessica Trufant goes off for 90 seconds about why would you take the extra step to like the picture? You're right. Like, why would you do that? You're taking that. So for this woman to take the extra step to go and follow this man, be one of the first one of this man's followers. First off, what did you just go on Instagram searching him, looking for him, and then you found him, and then you're like, well, I need to follow him.
Maybe he friend requested her. Like, we don't know the context of it. It was her. Does she have an open page, a block page? He friend requested her. She was the first friend. If she's looking him up on Instagram and stuff, it might be a little bit more than
if your dude has already voiced how this makes him feel, and then, or just even say, like, he didn't even fully voice it, but in the beginning, how he was like, I told her, she saw how that made me uncomfortable. She said she was messing with me. She know I didn't like it, but then go and take the extra step to be like, except, this is my Jessica impression, follow, accept. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't know. And it's an apartment. So it's like, you share a wall with this cat. I'd be damned. I come home, long day. Oh, she said she's going to be out for a minute just to know that she on the other side of the wall getting dog fucked by this dude. And I'm over here like, oh, damn, they're getting it. I wonder who that is getting it in next door. And then she makes a sound that that she only makes. And you're like,
okay, Kel. Okay, you're taking it too goddamn far right now.
It can happen. That could easily happen.
If the neighbor was a real player.
I'm not sure if we're helping him or are we like putting more gasoline.
We're just trying to figure out like the extremeness.
What are we giving food for fucking thought?
Right, no,
my God.
Kind of what could happen, because I don't really trust this woman. I don't know her. I've never seen her. But what I'm gathering from this story is she doesn't seem like someone that should be trusted.
You're controlling.
I'm hella not controlling.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. But I understand how a woman could say something and have a young man believe in everything she says. And these new women, I don't know how old she is. They got some player about them too, right? So
these new women,
yeah. So
they made a new breed of women.
So all this man could do was kind of I get it, I see it, and just act accordingly. Maybe you come down a couple notches on your relationship ness. And let me explain what that means, right? And you got you a woman and you love her, you're doing this thing and you guys are committed. This is your fiance, but you can tell her, be straight up. Okay, you showed me something that I'm uncomfortable with, right? So I see this about you now. So I'm going to just act accordingly. I'm going to treat you a little bit different. And you're not exactly who I thought you were. You're kind of like your homegirls and them that we see Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
You're taking it too far.
Out at the corner,
He's
right?
Taking it
or at the club
scenario.
Or whatever. I'm going to put you in that category, and that's cool for now. But yeah, just know that things are a little bit different. So if you want to go next door and you want to go do your thing, that's cool. But
because she thinks a dude is attractive and became his Instagram friend. I don't know you like I thought I did.
Not from that though,
They're
but no.
engaged.
I'm saying like if the what ifs and he keeps seeing signs, because like I said, she's kind of untrustworthy now because oh no, I was just playing and all this shit.
Please unfollow him, girl. Please
so,
unfollow him and shut
my guy
him up.
And keep your eyes open and your ears open and just watch, man, because she'll hang herself, and that's my advice. Don't do anything. Just watch. Don't believe me.
Don't watch. That he's talking about stalk her and probably
no, I'm not even
get her passwords and hack into her emails. And
nope. Just sit back. She'll do it.
Quit your job. Or the dude and stay at home, and
or the dude is gonna slip up. Because dudes can be sloppy.
But she can be like him all she wants, but it has to be mutual. And you don't at this point it sounds like it's on her end only. So if he follows back and starts liking her pictures and commenting and stuff, I would be like, okay.
See, if he really wanted to be, as in the neighbor, if the neighbor was really trying to be slick, he would have followed both of them.
He didn't. Yeah. The email didn't say that he's following
I know, but I'm saying if he was the neighbor was smart, he would have followed the lady and the guy.
But she might have found him,
maybe,
and followed him because she wants to know what his life is like, or she wants to see him every day on her timeline.
Well, here's the thing, y'all. It said that she started following him when he made a new account. So it looks like his account's new. So I would assume that the neighbor sought her and started following her since he has the new account. And then she decided to follow him back because he ain't had no followers. You see what I'm saying? I don't think you know what I mean?
She was just being nice.
Anything, or you know what? Or it was, I went outside to go walk the dog and when I walked back, I saw the neighbor. Oh, hey, I got a new IG. Follow me on IG. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Who does that though? Hey, follow me on IG. No.
That's the new way of people getting each other's numbers now. People are like, follow me on Instagram.
They don't people's numbers.
Yeah, people like follow me on social media. Yeah, what's your IG or whatever. But I don't know, man. Like, I agree with Marcus. Like, I wouldn't trust her. Like, let's think about this, man.
Oh, guys.
If my girl comes home and just starts just telling me about how fine this dude, like, I don't want to hear that. Like, what I'm supposed to say, oh yeah, he a fine motherfucker. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. Like, what? Like, I'm supposed to agree with her? Like, no. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would you?
Maybe he has an interesting life though. When she was,
it's like, why would you do that? Well, no, but she's telling how attractive this man. Oh my God, he looks so good. He's this, he's that. I don't want to hear. I don't care. I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
She told her sister and who else? Or was it just the sister?
Oh, she probably
said her
told
sister.
Yeah.
Her sister, her friends.
So yeah,
everybody.
That's what I'm saying. You got to time.
And they'll all be following him.
5
next.
And in the group chats and all this kind of stuff. It's a lot of layers to this, Kel.
Yeah, like if she's going and just telling her sister and her homegirls, all right, whatever, fine, I don't give a shit. But the fact that you had to go out of your way and to tell the dude, like, why do you think he would want to hear that?
I know. She was really fucking. You don't fuck with somebody that way. You don't.
You do.
But if you do, I mean, he's got to know his woman or have, thick skin. And right now it's looking a little thin.
A little thin skin.
It's a little thin.
Well,
So
I don't know. Is that thin skin when you don't appreciate being disrespected to your face? I don't think that's being thin skin. It's like if and that's the thing is like, we don't know if, he might not even like be the type to like, oh girl, babe, look at her. She's cute. He might not be doing any of that.
right.
It's just a guy just goes about his day. You feel me? And just just wants to be respected. I don't think it's thin skin when you just ask to be respected by your spouse.
I don't know. There's some kind of dynamic for her to be able to even go and speak about some dude for 10 minutes. And my thing is, why didn't he stop her right then and there and say, okay.
No, he did. No, Jess, he says it. He says it and he goes, hold on, let me pull it back up. He says, and this is where I knew, I'm like, okay, she's kind of fucked up. He goes, I tried mid-sentence to let her know she should rethink what she was saying, but she kept going.
Well, I mean,
she was roped in.
Yeah.
She was locked in.
Like, sounds like she wants to be next door.
or you can fight fire with fire.
Well, I've been like, damn, if he that attractive, go live with him. Go be with him. What you over here for?
And yeah, you better be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, I know, right?
Not even that. Again, I'm going to go back to the double standard thing. And why should we give this woman a pass? If you're in a healthy relationship, this isn't what you guys do together. You don't walk down the street and
they ain't married.
And make a bunch of comments and doing all this kind of stuff. It's pretty simple to me. Just know who you got. Her eyes may be wandering from time to time. So you just got to pay attention. And that's all you can really do. Yeah. I mean, it might be, you've already voiced your opinion. Okay, this ain't cool. And I don't really appreciate this or whatever. But hey, I mean, at the end of the day, that's it. There is no crying. And if you keep doing it, then all right, you're showing me that you're not respecting my wishes.
Right. And you know what? You're right. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt because
shit.
I know that a lot of women, like you said, the double standard. We're not known to, we're not the dogs. We're not the cheaters.
But that's the cover up, though. That's the great.
Well, everybody cheats. It doesn't matter who you are, right?
I know,
everybody
but for women, it's a
cheat.
thing, though. That's the cover up. Is that okay? Men are these horny animals that can't control themselves, right? 100% of the time, and that's not always true. There's women that step out as well and be on the hunt as well that are in healthy relationships. We were just watching one of your shows last night. What was that?
Please don't do some fiction shit.
The Housewives of I don't know what, and they was talking about, I stepped out on my husband and all this other stuff.
Right, but okay.
But they paint the picture. Sorry,
that's one example. But
women step out a lot more these days than they ever have before.
Right, because we got our independence. We don't need and we're learning if we're not happy, even though you should not step out. Fuck it. I don't know. Before we would sit back and take it and just be miserable and oh God, I can't.
You're miserable. I
can't do that to my husband. We have a vow. But now it's kind of like, you know what? I need to be happy. I'm about to step out.
You're doubling down on your misery. Young ladies, if you're out there, I got y'all. So just pay attention to what I say. If you're going to step out in an unhealthy situation, that's usually doubling down on your misery. In most situations, I think we all have to agree with that. The temporary satisfaction might be cool, but
right.
I mean, if you're grown, then that's okay.
You step out, and what do you think the guy that you're stepping out with, that gives him more reason to want to respect you even more? No, because he knows what the fuck you're about. Oh yeah, she's fucking. You know what it is. That's all she can offer. That's all she wants to offer. And then it's like, oh well, we're independent now, and we're and now you expect more men to respect you because you have this. Now you feel so free to step out. It doesn't make it.
You're right.
shooting
Because the
yourself in
same
the
way
foot.
you got him is the same way you're gonna lose him, right? But what if there was like a connection between them?
Temporary. Temporary.
All right.
Temporary?
Yeah.
It feels like a Tyler Perry movie to me, right? The lady
Tyler
steps
Perry
out,
movie.
and then the dude is hurt, and then he gets with this nice, wholesome woman that cooks some chicken and stuff every night, and he's just in a loving relationship. And then the girl that steps out tries to come back, and he's like, nah. And then the Whitney Houston music and all that comes on. I can see it right now. I'm gonna have to hit Tyler up, tell him to write that one. If it ain't already been done.
I'm not sure. I wouldn't watch that.
But no, like I get it. Like if you find someone attractive, you're gonna find people attractive. Like you're gonna see people in your everyday life that look good. I had an incident not too long ago, just at Whole Foods, which was actually pretty funny. If you guys want to hear the story, it's pretty hilarious. But it shit happens. But you got to be respectful. So like for instance, I was in Whole Foods. Well, I was going to Whole Foods. I parked. I get out of my car. I'm walking. It's hot now in Vegas, so yeah, I'm rocking my short shorts. I'm looking fitted, you feel me? I'm looking great, fresh out the gym, whatever. Dick swinging, right? So I'm walking in the Whole Foods, and this white chick is with her dude, and they're like getting into his Mustang, and she just like turns and just like looks at me, but is like kind of like staring me up and down. And I have this massive leg tattoo, so I know people look at my tattoos, right? And I get it all the time, so like. Whatever. I keep walking and she's like looking at my she's looking at me and I don't think anything of it. And I just hear the white dude, when I get a further ahead, he goes, "Really? You're going to just stop and just stare at him like that? And I'm standing right here? Are you serious?" And she's like, "Really? Calm down. Like I was looking at his tattoos. Calm down, calm down." And I hear them like bickering and I'm like still walking. I'm like, all right, look, you could look, but be tasteful. Don't stare.
Is it like
Glance.
a 3-1,000 count? I guess is that the count? 1-1,000, 2-1,000.
Again,
I don't know.
let us do that occasionally. You and Marcus and I talk about this about our dads.
Oh yeah.
When I was in
My dad
the
was pretty
store
bad.
with my dad, his fucking head did a 180 and sat there with this woman in the aisle. And I'm like, I'm uncomfortable. I'm like, oh my God, he is staring this woman down.
Yeah.
So
my dad was pretty bad too. In front of my mom, be like, "Damn!"
Right.
Out loud. I'd be like, but she knew him. No, and he
He's
used to just laugh it
admiring.
off.
You're admiring beauty. You're admiring booty.
You got to know your crowd though. If your person you're with ain't really,
he's like, really?
With that, or it goes too negative, then you shouldn't play with that.
I would have walked a little bit taller. Pulled my shorts up a little bit higher.
I kept it moving. I was just like, yeah, you already know. She see this chocolate. But, I get it though. Like you can't, they call it rubbernecking. You can't rubberneck. Like don't rubberneck. It's too obvious. It's disrespectful. Like you just don't do it. You have to be sneaky. You kind of gotta just use. That's when you have to make sure that peripheral vision is just on point, because it's like I'm gonna stare straight forward, but I'm gonna see everything going on beside me right now.
So
all the ass,
funny.
all the titties, but I'm not looking directly at it.
And you're kind of like occasionally, I can notice that shit. Turn your fucking head back forward. Quit trying to act like you're, scratching, you're stretching, I can see it.
Several things you could do. Yeah.
I can see it.
You could rub your waves, or you could,
you don't think we're looking, but I'm staring dead at you. Like,
or you could ask a silly question and kind of try to throw your spouse off and give you a couple seconds to glance. It's all there is a technique to it though.
Good
So
to
there's tasteful things, not to just be like, right, just
like
kind of
our
stuff,
dads,
right?
and just like literally turn and stare at somebody.
And seriously, like best piece of advice we can give this gentleman, because obviously it's bothering him, and he even said it himself, like he wouldn't care if she didn't plant the seed already in his head. So he just wants to know, like, is he tripping, or should he just get it out now so it doesn't sit inside and fester before they get married, because obviously they're engaged.
Break off the engagement right now.
Jesus, Jessica. God.
He says serious.
No, I'm kidding.
Damn.
Again, I would, even though, like I said, there's got to be deeper underlying probably layers or something for him to like be this uncomfortable still. I would talk to her, have an honest conversation with her and say, you know, I'm really uncomfortable with what is happening. When you leave the apartment, can you please close your eyes? And can you please unfriend him on IG? Shit. And I will feel 100% safe.
That's fair. Really, just like I said earlier, I'm going to repeat. Just say your piece once, never say it again. And if she does not, if she don't respect you enough to really feel you when you're coming to her with something serious, it might be petty to other people. It might be small. It could be something there, but maybe he is having some trust issues with her, and now she just kind of threw a little bit of fuel on the fire. But this bothers me, so I'd like you to not do it again. If she just continues to be playful with it, and you know what you got, someone
this
that
bothers you. This has struck a chord.
Nah, I'm just saying. No. I wouldn't be upset if you did that. It wouldn't rub me to the point where I'd be like, don't.
For some reason, I think you're lying.
You think so?
I don't think you realize. If I went on and I friended a dude, I do not think that you would be happy about that.
You would know better to go on and then you friend somebody that you're going on and on that I don't know or that I don't care for, because you wouldn't want me to do that to you.
Right.
Okay, so.
Or maybe you follow the guy too. Maybe you see the guy and you talk to the guy. You know, that too. Be like, hey, man, you know, I know you've met my fiance.
All right, this is getting uncomfortable, guys.
No.
Let me introduce myself.
This is getting good, Kel. So.
No, I'm just saying, no, he could literally say that. Let me introduce myself. You know, blah, blah, blah. We're getting married in June. I'm super excited about it. You have an Instagram too, right? Why don't we follow? Like you could do that
all
too.
I'm saying is that if you say that somebody's attractive, I wouldn't be mad at that. Now, if you do exactly what this woman did, I'm going to rant and rave for 10 minutes and then I'm going to be engaged, or I'm going to continue to engage by going the IG route, then, hey, I got to look at you a little bit different.
Well, yeah.
Your attention is somewhere else for a short period of time. Might be a short period of time, but you're human though. So it's okay for you to be like, somebody looks good. I understand that, right?
Yep.
I think the reason why this is bothering this young man so much, and we have to remember, is the fact that they share a wall with this man and live directly next door to him in an apartment building. I think if it was like a dude that was anywhere else,
a random guy at the grocery store,
that big of a problem.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, but it's the fact that it's like this dude literally lives right next to us.
Well, that's where getting to know him, right? You can tell your girl that and whatever, but on top of that, I would kind of give him the, hey, what's up? And kind of like low key be like, I will choke the fuck out of you and burn your apartment down.
He didn't do anything, no. And so why would you do that? I know,
tango,
but
right?
He didn't do anything as far as
the best way to do is
knows.
to keep your enemies close. I would even knock on the dude's door and be like,
now you talking about, wait. No.
You're bugging now.
Now you talking about the guy. Now, if he comes to his woman and voices his concerns, he's being a bitch and he's being soft. So to take it a step further and go to the guy's door and be like,
further soften
my wife
the margarine.
said you were cute, so I'm over here to let you know that I don't. Come on now.
I'm saying just to kind of befriend him so you can further keep an eye.
Backwards.
If it's that serious.
I think it's backwards.
If it's that serious, if he has a conversation with her and she's like, okay, but she still follows him on IG and all this kind of stuff, instead of like, I see you, I would go to the dude and just be like, hey, neighbor, it's cool.
Nah, because the thing is that at the end of the
you guys
day,
can start hanging out
that
each other's
dude ain't
houses.
really done nothing wrong.
That's what I'm saying. The dude ain't did nothing wrong out loud.
That's what I'm saying.
If she had 10 minutes worth of rant on him, they had a conversation, an in-depth conversation.
She's engaged.
She is his responsibility. She is his responsibility, not the dude. So I can't sit here and check this dude for being a dude.
Right.
You see, my woman should already know off the rip, because that's the thing. Yo, you got a good looking girl, of course she's going to get hit on. That's just part of the game. You got a good looking chick or you got a handsome dude, they're going to get hit on, but it's how they handle it, right? So I have to address it to you because you're my fiance. We live together. We pay bills together. We're going to get married together. I can't sit here and just run up on every dude that looks at you and that thinks that you're cute. Like,
I'm not
that makes me
saying
look
run
crazy.
up on him. I'm saying befriend him. I think that would eat her alive and be like, oh yeah, we had a conversation today. He's a hella cool dude. Blah, 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 blah. I think it would be like throwing it almost back in her face, and it would just change the dynamic.
Maybe.
And then he starts following him on IG and he talks on his posts. Like, I would be like, okay, I get it.
That's funny.
I'm going to back off.
I'm about to go befriend homegirl down in 3B down the hallway. That's what I'm going to go do to throw
And
back.
you can fight fire with fire too.
Act accordingly.
You can. But yeah, I think that's
Which
a
is
really
doubling down
reasonable
again
option
on your misery.
as well, to go get to know the guy, because you don't know. She's ranting about him, but you don't know him. He doesn't know him. He doesn't know if he has a girl, if he has this, what he does, blah, blah, blah. Maybe his story is interesting and he shares the same thing and they can talk about it together at night while they look at his IG together. But
it's not about the dude, and that's the moral of this story. It's not about the guy. It's about the woman.
I'm trying to give him advice, because obviously when
That's
he said he was
advice.
uncomfortable before and she, like you like to say, doubled down and followed him, I don't know. I would get to know him. Keep your enemies close.
He's not his enemy. His wife is the person that's doing the harm.
Too.
Or excuse me.
You wouldn't think he's the enemy. You'd be like, oh man, he's innocent. You don't know.
Well, it's not for me to know.
It's for you to find out.
I need to make sure that my wife is on the same page, or my girlfriend, my fiance is on the same page.
She's clearly on her own page.
Right. And if that's the case.
Well, like my shirt says, let her fuck around and find out. Right? Fuck around and find out.
Yeah, that's nice.
You will be without a man, without an apartment, possibly. Fuck around and find out.
No. But in all seriousness, if we do want to give him some advice, my advice again is it could be nothing. So voice your displeasure with this and then just kind of watch, right? Don't get too bent out of shape of it. And maybe she was just messing around, or maybe she was just being stupid, or and even if she does find him attractive, that's not the end of the world. That's okay.
And
right?
I'm tripling down. Get to know your neighbor. They're fucking neighbors. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Fuck the neighbor.
See? That's what
I got enough friends. Don't need another one. It's a good episode, guys.
I think it's good.
I don't think we got anywhere or gave good advice, but I mean,
there's not good advice to give in this situation. It's
that's
weird.
true. That's true.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. This is a hard one. This one was tough for us.
I agree. Yeah, this is one of those ones where he does kind of just have to, like, I feel like just use his gut. You know, it's like you're engaged. You guys are already kind of committed.
Just eat it. Shit, it's okay to take an L sometimes.
Or Marcus, or worst comes to worst, nigga, just move. Like if it's really fucking with you like that, just move.
That's insane. If it's like that, I don't even think they should be together. Because if they move somewhere and she finds somebody else that she thinks is cute, then we're gonna move again.
This is our fifth move of the year because our neighbors have been handsome.
Hey, man.
Right.
Damn. It might be on that month to month.
That is funny.
That's tough.
Well, homie, I hope we helped you. Like these guys said, just kind of say what you feel what you say, and like Jessica said, maybe befriend the neighbor in some weird reverse psychotic way. I don't know.
Then you can sniff him out and see, I see what this dude is about, and that would further confirm.
I do kind of understand that. Then I understand.
Don't fuck with that dude like that.
A little bit.
Yeah, if he's a good judge of character, that could work. Yeah,
I see where you're coming
from. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I'd do it.
All right, Truly Unruly, Marcus Trufant, Jessica Trufant. My name is Kel. Of course, follow us on Instagram, trulyunruly_podcast on IG. And you can listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform and catch the visual on YouTube. Just search Truly Unruly and catch us every Sunday on Converge. Am I missing anything?
I
think that's it, my guy.
I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yep. Till next time, y'all. Peace and much love.